It's my privilege to introduce our next speaker, Kristen Murray. She is a member of the Board of Trustees as well as a co-chair for this conference. She's mother to Seth and Leaf, and is coming from Calgary, Canada, where she works as a high school guidance counselor and is part of the illustrious cohort of patients that Dr. Midgley takes care of. So we'll turn it over to Kristen, who's talking about family fundraising.
Hi, everybody. It's really good to be here with you today. So hearing about the amazing advancement in CRF-supported research really brings to mind a recent cover of Cystinosis magazine. As you'll see depicted here, it's a cross-section of a tree with the growth rings emanating outward, representing the 21 now years of research that CRF has advanced. It's a remarkable story in which CRF has become the largest fund provider for cystinosis research in the world, raising more than $70 million to fund hundreds of research studies around the globe, research that has brought results. Results in the form of increased understanding of the pathogenesis of cystinosis, results in the form of a multitude of clinical trials, in the form of 2 FDA approvals, one for delayed release cysteamine, and the other for phase 1/2 clinical trials of stem cell gene therapy, which have now successfully completed. The US Department of Agriculture defines the center of a tree called the heartwood as the central supporting pillar, the strongest part of the tree in which, that is in many ways as strong as steel. This central core increases the overall strength of the tree, allowing it to grow larger and to flourish. My husband Nathan and I first became acquainted with the central heartwood of CRF research, family fundraising, even before cystinosis had officially entered our lives. I remember a beautiful weekend in October 2013. The sun was shining, the vivid fall leaves were crinkling and crackling as we played with our 18-month-old boys, Leaf and Seth, in the backyard. We took many photos like this that weekend. It was an in-between time, one of blissful ignorance before the devastating diagnosis that awaited. Since about age 1, Seth had been exhibiting symptoms that are all too familiar to many of you: slowed growth, excessive thirst, difficulty walking. Testing had revealed unusually high levels of alkaline phosphatase. We knew something was wrong, but we had no idea what lay ahead. Then, pediatric nephrologist Dr. Julian Midgley diagnosed Fanconi syndrome, and the word cystinosis was uttered, but test results and diagnosis were yet to be revealed. Dr. Midgley knew it was probably cystinosis. Actually, I think he knew it was cystinosis. He sent us home and told us not to look it up online. So we went home and we immediately Googled it. In our internet search, we encountered a lot of scary, devastating, and unfathomable information about cystinosis. With each new definition, explanation, and prognosis, we grew increasingly fearful that this could be our future. But we also came across information about the Cystinosis Research Foundation, and we were instantly buoyed by the story of the amazing organization that Nancy and Jeff Stack had founded in response to their daughter Natalie's wish to have her disease go away forever. We were awed by the CRF's rapid advancement of better treatment options for cystinosis. In our surreptitious Google search, Nathan and I also came across a video of a Natalie's Wish fundraising gala, a gala that Nancy and Jeff had hosted, and we had a glimpse of what lies at the heart of cystinosis research: inspiring, supporting, and propelling it forth. Family fundraising. We saw people who were staring down the barrel of a deadly disease, raising money in a fervent effort to further research that offers hope of improving and saving their beloved children's lives. As we continued to scour the internet, Nathan and I saw that alongside the Stacks, other families like the Partingtons, Florshingers, and Sturgis were hosting we're hosting events, and they were ardently supporting cystinosis research with creative events like cocktail parties, galas, golf tournaments, and even 24-hour ski and bike races. Nathan and I were moved by these efforts, and vital seeds were planted within us. On October 21st, 2013, Seth was diagnosed with cystinosis. Darkness descended. We were frozen in shock and sadness. We faced round-the-clock medication, myriad appointments, blood draws, a devastating prognosis for our beloved son. We felt isolated, stifled by fear, and were in those early days unable to see even the faintest hint of light on the horizon. Amid our grief, fear, and exhaustion, we recalled the courage and community evident in the family fundraising events we had seen in our online search. We were inspired to take action, and within a few months of CES diagnosis, we embarked upon our own fundraising effort. With family and friends scattered across the country, we were daunted by the idea of a big gala, so we decided to connect with family and friends through a letter that we wrote through our son Leaf's perspective. Our letter explained CES diagnosis, introduced our trust in the results of CRF-funded research, and invited donations to support this research through a Canadian fund that had been set up to support CRF research, through which tax receipts could be issued to Canadian donors. We were staggered by the outpouring of love from our family and friends as a result of a simple letter. What seemed like hundreds of emails poured in. People wanted to help. They shared words of comfort and wisdom. They asked questions, expressed interest in learning more about cystinosis and CRF. They donated to CRF. With this response, we moved from a place of loneliness and sorrow to one of meaning and hope. We felt a strong sense of community behind us and new purpose in funneling support to an organization whose work could improve and save our beloved son's life. A few months later, we headed down to Orange County for our first CRF Day of Hope conference. Here we met Nancy and Jeff. We met researchers, most notably Dr. Stephanie Shirky, and learned of her cutting-edge research on stem cell gene therapy for cystinosis. We connected with the cystinosis community that Nancy and Jeff had cultivated. As we shared stories with new friends at the Day of Hope, we were once again impressed by the imaginative efforts that families were making to support CRF research. Shooting competitions, curling bonspiels, cocktail parties, spa days, galas, live music with local and famous talent, golf tournaments, haunted houses, car washes, bake sales, swimming competitions, lemonade stands. Even more impressive to us than the variety of these events was, first, that individual families were putting forth all this effort amid the rigor and complexity of cystinosis. And second, that the events were infused with such purpose, positivity, authenticity, and joy. We left the Day of Hope conference inspired by science and by the families we had met, feeling compelled to play a part, some part, in the work of supporting CRF research. As the one-year anniversary of Seth's diagnosis drew near, we wanted to transform the once ominous date with one imbued with positivity and hope. We sent an email to family and friends that included a little 7-minute video that we, and I say we, but it was Nathan, created using very basic software. This video shared visuals of 3 different themes. Cute little Leaf and Seth doing fun things with us as a family, the complexity and challenges of our lives with cystinosis with footage of Seth's copious medications and appointments, and then updates on CRF research and the resulting hope the significant advancements brought. We included a link through which people could donate to support CRF research. Finally, we invited our community to join us wherever they were in the world in lighting candles at the precise time at which Seth was diagnosed, to help us replace the darkness of that time with our gratitude and hope. Just minutes after pressing send on our email, messages flowed in. To our surprise, many friends and family members were enthusiastic about setting aside some time and lighting a candle and deliberately being with us on our journey. And so, as planned, on October 21st, we lit candles right at 7 p.m. Sitting in front of the flickering flame for quite a while, we reflected on many things, including the importance of community in our lives. Seth and Leaf, meanwhile, were thrilled to have opportunity to be so close to open flame. And Nathan and I periodically averted third-degree disaster, but we were able to focus on the amazing progress that CRF research was making, built on the effort of so many families. We basked in the strength that we felt and the hope we had for Seth's future and for all who live with cystinosis. As we completed our ceremony, our inboxes filled almost automatically with beautiful pictures and messages. Friends and family shared photos of their candle lighting, ranging from the serene to the playful. They reflected on their own candle lighting and on the thoughts and conversations that ensued. Some shared stories of their own struggles and of the inspiration and strength that they felt hearing about our journey. They shared their appreciation of the opportunity to learn more about our lives, a topic that many found difficult to talk about with us because it was so complex. And many donated to CRF, so pleased, they said, to support such an amazing organization and to have something so worthwhile and tangible that they could do to help us on this complicated path that we walked. And so, Seth's Circle of Hope was born, a celebration of light and hope, a celebration that has become a vital aspect of our lives for the last 9 years, a date that we eagerly anticipate, and I'll say as much as birthday and Christmas, maybe even more for us parents. Our Circle of Hope is a twofold gift. We personally cherish the opportunity that our Circle of Hope provides us each year to connect with our community and to share our journey with cystinosis in an open and authentic way, to experience the love and care of our family and friends. At the same time, we feel connected to a greater purpose. We are moved by the support that our communities extended to CRF by way of donations, which have added up bit by bit over the years. We're grateful to have been able to help catalyze support for CRF research, to be part of the heartwood that keeps the tree strong, and have learned that every gift, no matter how small, counts. Cultural anthropologist Margaret Mead said that we should never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. As she said, indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. CRF is one of the greatest success stories in rare disease research, changing the narrative for all who live with cystinosis. The commitment of this small community of citizens, of families who have supported CRF research over the decades, has allowed CRF to reach milestones once thought unimaginable. With families at the heart of it all, CRF research has changed the trajectory of cystinosis from one in which there was no hope to one where a cure in the form of stem cell gene therapy is now distinctly on the horizon. Significantly, the tree of cystinosis research has branched out even further in ways that no one could have expected. New discoveries and treatments arising from CRF research are being applied, as we've heard, to other diseases such as Friedreich's ataxia, Danon's disease, and Alzheimer's, and other corneal, kidney, and systemic diseases like cystinosis. I'd like to acknowledge all who've joined in the effort to support CRF research in its mission to bring forth change, all of you here. The researchers who are working so diligently to better understand, treat, and ultimately to cure cystinosis. Patients who are taking part in clinical trials, even the ones that are hosted here today, this week. New families who are here at the Day of Hope for the first time, keen to learn more about CRF-funded research and eager to be part of this groundbreaking community. And I am so deeply grateful for the heart of the research progress that means so much to us, family fundraising. Now, as you all well know, families in the community have hosted a staggering array of events over the years, and it's way too much that I could possibly fit in 2 slides, maybe even 100 slides. So I've just got a smattering here. So whether you've hosted an opulent soiree, musical event, golf or croquis curl event, marathon to fundraise, I thank you. To those who've organized a rousing fishing derby, created and sold cookbooks, or hosted a drama production, I thank you. To families who have welcomed their communities to a curling bonspiel, a golf or croquis curl event, or a car wash to generate funds for research, I thank you. To those who've hosted a virtual auction, a Facebook fundraiser, an employee matching event, contributed stocks, or donated directly to CRF, I thank you. To those who've hosted or organized a motorcycle ride or a long-distance hike in Europe to raise money, I thank you. Okay. We're missing a slide here. There's a beautiful picture of Nancy and Jeff Stack. So most importantly, to Nancy and Jeff Stack, who have provided steadfast and inspiring leadership, I say thank you. Thank you for responding to Natalie's wish with such love and dedication. Thank you for your passion, creativity, and the generosity that you've exuded over the decades in supporting and propelling research that has been so vital to our community. Thank you for being the driving force behind the hope that we all hold so dear. Whether you've raised or contributed $1 million, $1,000, or $100, I thank you all for your thoughtful, creative determination to improve the lives of our loved ones with cystinosis. The heartwood of a tree helps it to resist insects, fungus, and high winds. Through both good and hard times, you are the strong core. You are at the heart of it all. And for this, I thank you.
All right, thank you, Kristen, for that beautiful tribute, and thank you to everyone who's fundraised over the years.